All right, stop what you're doing and just look at this. You're looking at the most recent video of what will be a future major local employer. This is what Toyota Battery Manufacturing North Carolina in the Greensboro-Randolph megasite looks like right now. By late 2027, if everything goes as planned, 5,000 people will be working here. And tonight's newsmaker will be a key in bringing this to fruition. April Mason is General Manager of Plant Services, and as you're about to see, she has a unique perspective. Fly over the railroad tracks and power lines that run parallel to old U.S. Highway 421, a little less than 30 minutes southeast of Greensboro in northeastern Randolph County, and head past the tower that'll provide water for what is essentially North Carolina's newest city. What appears just below the horizon is the nearly $14 billion investment in what will serve as Toyota's epicenter of lithium-ion battery production for its growing line of hybrid and electric vehicles. As General Manager of Plant Services, 30-year Toyota veteran April Mason is well aware of the significance. She's in charge of, among other things, facilities and production control. Give me an idea as to how big this is.
Okay, so the entire site is 1,800 acres.
Okay.
The buildings are being built on a 1,000-acre pad. That first building, 801, and the 802 building are 500,000 square feet under roof. So just to give you an idea, they would hold 7 football fields.
From left to right, here's a look at buildings 801 and 802 from the other side looking north. Both buildings will produce hybrid electric batteries. Test battery production's already underway in 801, with actual production set to start in early 2025. Inside 802, workers are installing equipment, much like the work you see here in video Toyota provided when inside work was underway in 801 late last year. Just to the southeast of 801 and 802, you see construction's underway on building 803. At 1 million square feet, it will be one of the 2 largest buildings in the complex and will produce batteries for all electric vehicles. Just coming into the lower right of the screen is another 1 million square foot building, 804, which is in the framing stage. The company's still deciding what types of batteries it will make in this building. Plans call for a total of 7 battery manufacturing buildings on this megasite when everything's fully operational. While construction, along with equipment installation and setup, are priorities right now, so is hiring the first of the 5,000 people who will work in the complex. Much of that is happening in this building in southwest Greensboro, where the company set up temporary offices, and the building in which Mason and other executives are working until everything moves to the megasite. Where in the world do you find 5,000 people?
Well, one of the things that attracted us to Greensboro area is the wonderful diverse workforce that is here.
Yeah.
Right. So one, you have a very large population in the area, and we always look at a 60-mile hiring radius. And I want to say it's something like 1.7 million people in that area. Quite honestly, I came into it expecting hiring to be a big challenge, but it really hasn't.
Okay.
We've had tremendous success.
And most, if not all, the new hires are learning in special training centers, what Toyota calls dojos, including one that simulates making batteries in a clean, dust-free environment. Workers in those areas will have to wear special clothing and walk through an air blow shower to remove any foreign particles before entering their work areas. Mason believes this type of environment will help close the gender gap that exists not only within the automotive industry, but in other STEM-related fields.
So manufacturing has a reputation of being dirty, dark, messy. Battery manufacturing is totally different. When you walk into a battery plant, it's more like being in a laboratory or a hospital environment. So I think that will be attractive not only to women, but I think most folks who may have been hesitant about manufacturing in the past, it creates a whole new kind of environment that they may be more interested in.
Sales of electric vehicles, that has not grown as quickly as many had thought. Does that worry you as an executive in this field?
Not at all, because Toyota is managed for the long term. We are always looking at how to optimize our operations. So we always look at the long term, which is exactly why we have the multi-pathway approach.
Yes.
We look at what does the market want? What do our customers want?
In other words, since Toyota makes multiple types of electric vehicles, including hybrids in which electric and gasoline engines work together, to all electric vehicles like the new BZ4X, it can adjust its battery manufacturing operations to whatever types of cars are selling the most.
We couldn't be happier to be here, and we're so excited about the future. The folks that we have hired, we have a phenomenal team, and it just keeps getting better. So the sense of camaraderie and teamwork here is exactly what we were hoping to create from a culture standpoint.
At this point, that team consists of more than 800 people Toyota Battery Manufacturing North Carolina has hired so far. More than 1,000 others currently have job offers and are waiting to hear when they can start. And while Toyota stresses it'll hire and teach anyone who has a good problem-solving mindset and attitude how to make batteries, it's still making major investments in local school systems, community colleges, and universities to boost the local interest in STEM-related fields, so it'll have a qualified pool from which to hire in the future. For more information on these job opportunities, we've set up a link to Toyota North Carolina's careers site. Just look for this story, which we're about to post on our website, myfox8.com. Click on the Spotlight tab, then the Newsmakers tab.